The death of the weekend. The great deception. Your grandfather was lied to, but you're being robbed in broad daylight. Remember the weekend? That sacred 48-hour block of time where the world stopped? It's gone. It didn't die of natural causes. It was executed. You were told that technology would make your life easier. You were told that quiet quitting was a revolution. It wasn't. It was a white flag while you were busy setting boundaries. The economy was busy setting a trap. In 2026, leisure is a luxury for the top 1%. For you, it's just an unpaid shift where you worry about your next one. The American dream didn't move to the suburbs. It died in the backseat of an Uber being driven by a former middle manager who just needed a little extra for groceries. Everything you believe about work-life balance is a fairy tale designed to keep you compliant while your time is harvested like a crop. Today, we are peeling back the skin of the 2026 economy to show you the rod underneath. The death spiral, why the gig economy is a digital labor camp. The 2.5 rule, why a 40-hour week is now officially a part-time hobby. The SUV trap, how middle-class symbols became high-interest anchors. Social decay, why your friends don't have hobbies anymore. They have side hustles. If you think you're tired now, wait until you realize why you're never allowed to wake up. The gig work death spiral. If you think your salary protects you, look at your bank statement from 3 years ago and tell me you aren't shrinking. In 2022, they called it the Great Resignation. People thought they had the upper hand. They thought they could demand flexibility. The corporations laughed. They didn't fight back. They just waited. They waited for the 2026 inflation spike to turn your flexibility into a death sentence. Look at any major U.S. city today. Chicago, Dallas, Atlanta. The streets aren't filled with commuters anymore. They are filled with predators and prey. Thousands of people with master's degrees are fighting over a $4 delivery tip just to keep the lights on. This is the gig work death spiral. You start with one job. It's not enough. You take a side gig. Suddenly, your car, your primary mode of transport, is being depreciated at 3x the normal rate, while you deliver cold pasta to people who are also working their second job. You aren't your own boss. You are an unpaid maintenance worker for a billion-dollar algorithm that doesn't know your name and will deactivate you if your car breaks down. Is this freedom, or is it just a digital plantation with better marketing? The 2.5 revenue stream minimum. Go to the comments right now. Tell me, do you actually know anyone who survives on a single 9-to-5, or are they all lying to you? The 40-hour work week is a ghost. It's a relic of a world that no longer exists, like the VHS tape or the idea of affordable housing. In 2026, the math is simple and brutal. To afford the baseline American life, a mid-sized SUV, a modest home, and a weekly run at Kroger, you no longer need a job. You need a portfolio of survival. The average American now requires 2.5 revenue streams. That means your 9 to 5 pays the rent. Your consulting pays the car note. And your weekend, that time you use to spend with your kids, pays for the eggs and milk that have tripled in price since the recovery. We have become a nation of scavengers. Psychologically, this is devastating. When every waking hour is tied to a revenue stream, your brain loses the ability to rest. You are permanently on. You are a biological machine being overclocked until the hardware fails. And here's the kicker. The hardware is designed to fail. The SUV trap and the Kroger crisis. If you're already angry, wait until you see what the data says about your own family's future inheritance. Why do we do it? Why do we work 80 hours a week to pretend we're middle class? Because of the trap. The midsize SUV is the modern American cage. It costs $60,000 at a 9% interest rate. You need it to get to the 3 jobs that pay for the SUV. Then there's the grocery store. Walking into a Kroger in 2026 is an exercise in trauma. You see the prices. You see the shrinkflation. You're paying more for a box of cereal that's 30% air than your father paid for a steak dinner. You aren't buying food. You're buying the right to survive another week of labor. Historically, this is how empires collapse. When the cost of basic sustenance exceeds the value of a standard day's work, the social contract isn't just broken, it's incinerated. You've been told this is supply chain issues. That's a lie. It's permanent extraction. They found out how much you're willing to bleed before you stop, and they've decided to keep the needle in. For societal decay and the end of the family, pattern interrupt. You might think your kids will have it better, but look at the world we're leaving them. Do they even know what a day off looks like? The weekend wasn't just about sleep. It was a glue of society. It was church. It was Little League. It was the neighborhood barbecue. Now the neighborhood is silent. Everyone is indoors, staring at screens, managing their dashboards. We have replaced community with networking. We have replaced friends with contacts. In 2026, the family unit is a final casualty. How can you be a parent when your peak earning hours are Saturday mornings? How can you be a spouse when your partner is a passing ship in the night, heading to their graveyard shift at the fulfillment center? The leisure class is now a tiny island of elites watching a sea of exhausted drones fight over the scraps. They want you tired. Tired people don't revolt. Tired people don't ask why the CEO's bonus could feed a mid-sized city for a decade. Tired people just buy another energy drink and check their earnings app. The uncomfortable future. There is no back to normal. The normal, you remember, was a glitch in history. A brief window after World War II where the worker actually mattered. That window has been slammed shut and deadbolt. The 2026 economy didn't just kill the weekend. It killed the idea that you are a human being with a right to exist outside of your productivity. You are a line item. You are a data point. You are a battery that is being drained in real time. You'll keep working. You'll keep hustling. You'll keep telling yourself that if you just get that third revenue stream, you'll finally be able to breathe. But you won't, because the moment you earn an extra dollar, the system has already decided how to take it back. The weekend isn't coming back, and neither is the life you thought you were building, the engagement trap. Here is a question no one wants to answer. If the 40-hour work week is dead, and your children will never know what a Saturday off feels like, at what point does American dream officially become a human rights violation? And why are you still defending the system that's starving you of your own time? Sound off in the comments, or don't. You probably have a shift starting anyway.